KFCM Center. I am here at Champion Gymnastics. We are going to talk to Coach Jason about what you can expect to see at the GKUS Classic at the KFCM Center on July 19th and 20th.
Champion's been around for years here in Louisville, Kentucky. It's kind of switched ownership a little bit over the years, but now it's owned by Angie Tyler and partnered with All About Kids. So we have an All About Kids location off of Blake and Baker Parkway, and then we have one in Oldham County as well. But this is our Champion Gymnastics team gym where just our top athletes train. So recreational gymnastics is at All About Kids, and here is where we find our levels 2 through 10 and our boys 4 through 10 training for hopefully college scholarships one day. In an elite floor routine, typically they have 4 tumbling passes. In the Junior Olympics, they just have 2 to 3. She's showing one of hers. It's called a layout and a Rudy. So notice she hopped on that landing. So in elite, they are looking for a stick, and they take deductions if you hop or have any steps. In the Junior Olympics, you're allowed to take a lunge control finish, which is not something that you can do at the elite. So when you're watching a floor routine, you're going to be watching to make sure that they stick every single one of those landings. If they take a little hop, that's going to be a deduction. So this is Megan Bingham. She's also one of our Junior Olympic national qualifiers that competed 2 weekends ago, and she's doing part of her floor routine. So again, one of the things they look for is the leap pass. When they do a leap pass like Megan did just there, they're looking to see that they have full split and their legs are straight and their toes are pointed. They're also required in Junior Olympics to do a turn, and elites also do that as well. So again, the floor routine also will comprise dancing and choreography, as you see her doing here. They work on the floor, they have to touch all the corners and show expression and artistry as well. They have to be able to flip forwards, so sometimes they do an aerial, and be able to flip backwards. So this is her last pass in her routine. It's a double back tuck. And again, she'll be trying to stick her small hop, though when she was competing it, she was allowed to take that control step. So on landings, if you notice she landed a little bit with her chest down, when you land like this, they're going to take a deduction. They're looking for people to land with their chest up into that perfect kind of stick position. So the same is true on beam. If you're bent over or have any kind of fold at your hips on vault when you land, that's also going to be a deduction. So the last 2 girls we were looking at, they were level 10s. This is one of our level 9s. It's the level right before 10. And again, like I said, 10 is the kind of that college level, and elite is the level we'll be seeing at the GK Classic. She's doing a skill called a 4.5 front pike. So it's a combination pass, trying to stick there. So just a little deduction on that hop, but her height and amplitude were good, so they wouldn't take off too much for that. Again, that's that leap pass where she can get some bonus points in elite gymnastics, so we don't have the 10-0 anymore. So everything you put in your routine that has a difficulty rating helps your score go up. So these kids in the Junior Olympic program compete under a 10-0 system. So they're trying to get bonus points to add up to 10, and then it's kind of capped. Actually, at level 10, it capped at 10.1. But in the elite, they're allowed to get bonus points all the way up to as high as they'll go. So some of the higher scores are in the 16s or 17s, and they get deducted for things they do wrong after that. Everything in gymnastics builds upon the previous level. So when you're to kind of paint, we'll just talk about floor and talk about the kind of beginning level skills. In level 2, you do a skill called a round off, that's a cartwheel with your feet together. That's something that everyone's probably done growing up. Then in level 3, you do a round off back handspring. So you add a back flip to that round off. Level 4, you do 2 back handsprings. Level 5, you finally add a back tuck in the air, so a single flip without hands. And then level 6, you do a straight body single flip. And level 8, you add a full twist to it. Level 9, you add another half twist for a full and a half twist. And then level 10, you start doing double back flips. So it's all very kind of progressionary. And so you start at level 2, if you work hard and keep training and making corrections, you can go, Kate, then you'll eventually get there. As far as training goes, because everything builds upon each other, we have drills and basics and progressions that help teach them how to get those skills. We have pits, trampoline, and other kind of equipment that also helps facilitate learning these kind of skills. So Kate was a level 8 last year, so we haven't had a level 8 go yet, but very similar kind of requirements. There's a turn, there's a leap, and a tumbling pass. In the elite, as there are in Junior Olympic program, they do take off for not being able to show artistry. Kate does a pretty good job of being expressive when she dances and trying to finish her movements so not to get those artistic deductions. It's not always about the tumbling. Yeah, so our level 9s and 10s train 5 days a week. All 5 practices are 4.5 hours. So almost, about 22 hours, 23 hours a week for our 9s and 10s. Our lowest level team is level 1, and they train 4 hours a week. So that's kind of our entry level. And anything below that, practices at the All About Kids locations in recreational classes, kind of getting ready to be able to join the team gym. Again, gymnastics is not an age-specific sport, so you can start at 10 and be a level 2. You can start at 5 and be a level 2. The youngest you can be in the Junior Olympic program is 5, and there's no cap on how old you can be. So there's several adults that still compete in the Junior Olympic program, well into the 30s. I myself competed till I was 32. So again, there's no cap there. There's an age minimum requirement you have to meet for each level. So it kind of starts level 2 with 5 and adds a year with every level. So 6 for level 3, 7 for level 4, and on up the scale. Because gymnastics is amazing. Never will you see more fearless, dedicated athletes that love to defy gravity. I love gymnastics since I was little. That's why I run champion now and still flip around myself. It's like Cirque du Soleil on a whole nother level. So no, you don't get the pomp and circumstance, but you get some of the most difficult acrobatics you will ever see on the planet. And most of them will come from Simone.
The 2019 GK US Classic is coming to Louisville at the KFCM Center on July 19th and 20th. The GK US Classic features athletes competing on the junior and senior levels and is the last opportunity for female gymnasts to qualify for the US Championships. Gymnasts who have already qualified to nationals use the GK US Classic as a final tune-up for the US Championships. In addition, the GK Hopes Championships, which features young, aspiring female gymnasts, is held the day before the GK US Classic. All session tickets, which include both the GK US Classic and the GK Hope Championship, are on sale now, as well as single session tickets. If you have a group of 10 or more and want to attend, contact Kelsey Hall at khall@kfcmcenter.com. See you on July 19th and 20th.